Good morning and welcome onto your chair. My word of today is taken from that song by Labi Siffre, Something Inside So Strong, I Know That I Can Make It. In these very difficult times, and when many of us are living even more isolated than perhaps we had been in the past, within us we have a place of strength. Within us, we know that we can be okay no matter what comes at us. So we're using this as a theme through the practice this morning. I hope you enjoy the practice and welcome onto your chair. Taking a comfortable position on your chair, feet firmly planted on the floor, inner ankles together, inner knees together, and sitting up straight, lengthen from your hips to under your armpits. Place your hands on your knees, close your eyes, turn your attention inwards, and bring your awareness to your breath. Long, slow breath deep into your abdominal area, and then see if you can make the breath out even longer and slower. And do that 5 times. Gently open your eyes, place your hands on your thighs, turn your fingers towards each other, and now we're going to start to move our head. So very gently allow your right ear to come down towards your right shoulder, but square your hips, your shoulders towards the front of the chair. Inhale, come back up, and allow your left earlobe to come down to your left shoulder. Exhale, inhale, come back up, and bring your right earlobe to your right shoulder. Inhale, come back up, and then exhale your left earlobe to your left shoulder. So you're moving your head very gently from side to side. It should feel pretty good. Don't move your shoulder up to your earlobe. Just allow your earlobe to come down to your shoulder, and just breathing in and breathing out, and do that a couple of times on either side. Coming back to center and still working with the head and neck, we get to move our head forward and back. So initially, allow your head to drop back lift your head up, look up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale and hinge forward and bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift your head up, look towards the ceiling, roll it back. Exhale, hinge forward, bring your chin to your chest. And see if you can do that 5 times. And of course, your body is following your breath. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, rolling down. Moving to our next pose, still sitting up straight. Place your hands on the chair beside you. Press down with the heel of your hands into the chair. Lift your chest, stretch your spine, and then slowly look out over your right shoulder. But keep your shoulders pointing towards the front. So as you do that, inhale and then exhale, bring your head back to center and look out over your left shoulder, inhaling. And exhaling back to center. And inhale, look out over your right shoulder. And exhaling back to center. And do that twice more on either side. Moving into twist pose, place your right hand on the top of the chair behind you, and then cross your body with your left hand and place it on your thigh, on the outside of your thigh. Press down with your sit bones into the floor, press your feet into the floor, squeeze your legs together, stretch from your hips to under your armpits, Roll the shoulder back, the ribs back, and look straight ahead. So your twist is coming from deep within your abdominal area. And we're holding here for a minute and breathing. And then release and switch over onto the other side. Turn all the way around and now place your left hand on the chair behind you. Point your elbow at the ceiling and cross your right arm across the front of your body and place it on the outside of your left thigh. Pressing down with your sit bones into the floor, stretch your spine up and enjoy the twist from the other side, and holding and bringing your whole awareness to your breath. And take 5 breaths here. For our next pose, we get to lift our arms overhead. So again, sitting up straight, lift your arms overhead. Sort of if you lift them out in front and then slice them up by your ears as best you can. Root down with your sit bones into the floor. Move your arms back as far as you can into the back plane and then reach your fingertips up and look up. And feel a lovely stretch between your hips and under your armpits. And take 5 breaths. From here, bring your hands together, press your palms together, or more doable would be to interlace your fingers and point your index fingers. And then stretching up even more and take another 5 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out and remembering something inside so strong. You know that you can make it in this brilliant pose. Moving to our next pose, release your right arm by your side, bend your left elbow and reach your left hand as far down your back as you are able to. Point your elbow at the ceiling. At the same time, keep stretching your spine, keep sitting down into your sit bones, keep pressing your feet into the floor and bringing awareness to your breath and relaxing, dropping into a place of stillness, even though you're a little bit stressed in the pose that you're doing at the moment. And take 5 breaths again. And then when you're ready, swap arms. Allow your left arm to come down, lift your right arm up, bend your elbow and stretch your fingers down as far down your back as you can. And take 5 breaths here again. And allow yourself to smile from the corners of your eyes, because when we smile, we relax and we let go. And focusing on being present. Our next pose involves us lifting our left foot off the floor. It may not be for everyone, so you could just skip this pose and sit with your hands on your lap and breathe and turn your attention inwards. Or you could reach down with your left hand, see if you can catch your left ankle, and then just work your ankle, your heel up as high to your hip as you can so that your knee comes towards the floor. And again, keeping the rest of your body upright and straight. And noticing all the sensations in your body. Noticing the sensations of your feet on the floor, your hips on the chair, the air around your skin. And always coming back to the breath, which is our anchor in these difficult times. See it as your harbour. And taking 5 breaths in this pose. And then switch over onto the other side. Allow the left foot to come down. Adjust your position on the chair. Bend your right knee. Reach back with your right hand and clasp your right ankle. Bring your right ankle as close to your buttock as you can. And again, sitting up straight. And take 5 breaths here. Moving to our next pose. Bring your elbows together, bring your forearms together, make fists of your hands, turn your knuckles towards you. Be as upright as possible, and then just lift your elbows up as high as you can in front of your face, keeping your elbows together, keeping your forearms together, keeping your fists together. It's harder than you think. Bring your knuckles together in the next pose. Lift your elbows out to the side and then move them apart and then lift your elbows up. So knuckles together, knuckles apart, lift your elbows up, and do that 5 times. Knuckles together, knuckles apart, lift elbows up. Knuckles together, knuckles apart, lift elbows up. Do that twice more. Coming into sitting pose, we just close our eyes and once again turn inwards, turning into that place of peace and quietness that's always there. Allow any fears to be there that come along. Don't try to drive them away. Just be with them, but don't get involved in the story of the fear. And if you find yourself a little bit panicky in these times, the best way is to use your breath. So long, slow breath deep into your belly. Take 5 breaths in and even 5 longer breaths out. Now we're moving into the standing part of the practice. Make your way to the back of the chair and hold on to the top of the chair with both hands. I'm practicing standing up straight. Feet hip width apart. Separate your feet. Space out your toes, flare your toes, squeeze your inner shins, your inner thighs towards each other. Engage your core. Stretch from your hips to under your armpits. Move your ears back. And just turn to your breath once more, dropping into a place of quietness and stillness. We are going to walk the dog now by leaning on the chair and moving from one foot through to the other. Place your heel down and come up onto your toe. And as you bend one knee, straighten the other, moving from one foot to the other. Nice deep bend in your knee. And as one knee bends, push back with the heel of the other foot into the floor. Stepping. And see if you can do 20 steps. You might want to pause the video here. 20 steps, have a pause, do another 20 steps, pause, and another. Make it your practice. We can keep our walking more doable, more difficult. Lift your left knee, reach back with your left hand and see if you can catch your toe of your ankle of your left foot. And then, endeavouring to bring our knees together, push down with the right foot into the floor and be as upright as possible. And keep your right hand on the chair. Lower that foot and switch over onto the other side. Shift your weight from your left foot to your right foot, bend your right knee, bring your heel into your hip, and if you can clasp the toe, clasp the toe. It may not be available for you today. You can just keep walking, holding the back of your chair. Lower the foot and coming back to a place of stillness. And moving into our next pose, shift your weight onto your right foot and stretch your left leg out to the side. Flex and point your left toes. Stay here more doable, or lift your left leg off the floor. Don't forget to hold the chair. And again, always been as upright as possible. Keep both legs nice and strong and firm. And release that left foot to the floor and switch sides. Take your weight onto your left foot and lift your right leg off out to the side. Flex and point it. Stay here, more doable. Or lift your right leg off the floor, holding onto the chair, and flex and point it. And take 5 breaths here. Still holding onto the chair, we're now going to put our right hand on the chair and take your weight, and you're going to cross your legs, cross your right to the outside of your left. So your right leg comes across the front of your left leg, and lift your left arm up. Be careful you don't fall over. And now switch on to the other side. So turn all the way around, step your feet together and hold onto it with your left hand. And then cross your left leg in front of your right leg. And lift your right arm up by your ear. And lift the sides of your mouth. Have a little smile. Placing both hands on the chair, step your feet hip width apart. Bend your knees and sink down. Inhale, press back up and see if you can come up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, sink down. So we're doing this with bent knees. Inhale, come up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, back to your heels. And do that 3 more times. And then step your feet together in Tadasana, in mountain pose, still holding the chair. Still holding the chair, moving into squat pose. Feet hip width apart, more doable. Feet together, more difficult. Bend your knees, lower your hips, keep your back straight. Lift your chest, look straight ahead of you. Sinking down as best you can, lowering down on your throne. And release and make your way to standing. And then moving, come and sit once again on your chair. Practicing 1 or 2 hip openers before we leave. Lift your right foot and place the outside edge of your right foot on top of your left knee. If this is not available for you, stretch your left leg out so that your left knee is not as high, and see if you can lift your right foot and cross it over either your ankle or your shin or your knee, wherever you can get to today. There's a little part of every pose that is available to everybody, but not everybody's body can do every pose. So I always think that yoga starts with the first little bend of my little finger. So not forgetting to sit up straight. Make both feet active. Push through your heel of the foot that's on your knee. Move the right knee towards the floor. Engage your core. Broaden across your collarbones. Place your hands by your hips and press down with the heel of your hands into the chair. And take a couple of breaths. And then from here, switch over onto the other side. So lower your right foot and lift your left foot. Notice your breathing as you move through the transition. And when you're settled, once again, take 5 breaths also. For our last pose today, come back upright, lift your arms overhead, clasp your hands together, inhale, stretch up, exhale, hinge forward. See, can you do that 5 times? Inhale, stretching up, exhaling, hinging forward. Body following breath, And noticing the sensations in your body, the deliciousness of the practice as your bodies begin to warm up and wake up, and the blood gets moving and the heart gets pumping, the rise and fall of your chest, breathing in and breathing out. Finally, for our last 5 minutes, we're going to come into relaxation pose. So sit firmly, sit up straight in your chair, feet on the floor in front of you, close your eyes, turn your attention inwards and drop into a place of quietness and of peace. Noticing the sensation of the air around your hands and feet. The sensation of your feet on the floor, noticing where you sit on the chair. Notice if you can feel the clothes on your body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. Notice your heart beating. That something inside is so strong. Relaxing, releasing, letting go. Treat your thoughts like clouds in the sky, allowing them to pass. If you get carried away by your thoughts in relaxation, use your breath as an anchor to bring yourself back to your body. Begin to deepen your breathing. bring your awareness back into your body and onto the chair. Start to awaken your body by moving your hands, your feet. Perhaps give yourself a stretch. And then when you feel ready, open your eyes and come back into your room. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for coming to practice. See you back here again. And take care, everybody.